Hey, it's me. It's Mike. I'm back. Gora hoodie, and I'm ready to. Hey, I got breaking news. What do we got? We got Dagmar. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for the update. We're talking about that right now. Jeff, good to see you here. Absolutely. And Travis. Hey, Travis, good to see you here. It's game over for the white super Hindus, fake religious scumbags. Yeah. Hey, I got so, Dagmar just sent me something. Just I don't know, like a little. I just saw it a little while ago, and I got some updates on that. So Dagmar, I got updates on that. Um, Religious scoundrels. They are religious scoundrels. Hindus with non-tan. Now I get it. Non-tan. Okay. Tim, good to see you here. Fake human. Good to see you, man. Howard Johnson. Good to see you. Hey, I see Buddha John. Buddha John is here. Yeah, I mean, I'm not talking about anything about like stuff like that, um, because you can get enough of that. I get enough of that. Okay. Hey, good to see you here, Brendan. Brandon Collegia. Good to see you, man. I hope you enjoy the show. Okay, good. Thanks, man. Thanks for all the encouragement. Hey, Snoggle, good to see you. And we got Aviraj Anand. Good to see you, man. Great. I'm glad you're here. Glad everybody's here. And Weird Planet. Great to see you guys. So I got a lot of stuff to talk about. Stuff I'm going to talk about just happened. Like I said, Dagmar just sent me something. I want to get to that. And then I got all the other stuff. And we got, this guy's back. We got the Hridayananda disciple, I guess. Okay, here we go. We're going to do the opening.
Hello?
Hello.
All right, so here we are. So I wanted to talk about these white Hindus because I all of a sudden I saw a bunch that I'd never seen before. A bunch of these Gora hoodies. These guys, right? They're just like Gora hoodies, and what's that hello sound? Hello. Um, yeah. Okay. So I noticed a couple of them. Let me show you one. Let me see. Hey, Jenna Morton. Good to see you here. Uh, Good to see you. Glad you're here. So I found this. Where is this? Um, okay, here we go. I thought this guy. This guy. I don't know where he's from. I don't know anything about him. Um,
by breathing process can be controlled by breathing process. So yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, and then different stages of meditation, deeper, 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 until I can understand. And there's 25 26 different elements. I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm spirit. Who can do something like that? And then yoga bhakti has to begin.
What in
Then
God's holy name are you blathering about?
So, and who can do that? We have to go, is described by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Go to the
So he's another one. He's gonna teach Bhagavad Gita. But before I get into this super white Hindu, I gotta get to this thing about Dagmar. So as we know, Dagmar told her story on Queen of Karma's channel, and then I guess Dagmar told her story on someone else's channel recently. And so this guy, I'm not sure who this guy is. But he wrote, maybe Dagmar knows. She can. Yeah, I'm going to talk about New Vrindavan. I got a video about New Vrindavan too. I'm going to get to that in a minute. I got a lot of stuff to get to. But this just happened, and I got I got to tell you. I've noticed some of the people that have been trolling hard are people who have been featured on the show. Yeah, good. They need it. That's the point. That's the point. They need to come in here and hear the truth. They need it. They need it. They need to hear this shit. Absolutely. Ghana, good to see you here. So this person, Dagmar sent me an email and she's like, hey, this guy wrote an article and he's doing all whatever. He's criticizing her, and I guess it's the same guy. I don't know if it's the same guy. Hey, Eliana, good to see you here. I guess it's the same guy. I'm kind of confused about it, but he wrote this article. He wrote this long ass article, just completely dissecting the whole video. He goes through all this stuff about, it's racism against Hindus and Prabhupada, and then he goes into everything, and then he goes into he dissects the video. He dissects the video by bit by bit, and okay. So here's the part that he says. This is part of his. Well, he's another super white Hindu. He says, interestingly, the Vedas were absolutely recognized and praised by slightly more important personalities than this guy, such as Voltaire, Schopenhauer, Emerson, Thoreau, Huxley, Hegel, Hess, Twain, blah 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 blah. So he wants to go on as if that has anything to do with her story and what happened to her. And even if these people praised or recognized or read, there's a big difference between reading and praising the Vedas. Now I don't know who all these people, what Vedas they read. I mean, I think maybe they read Bhagavad Gita, and it wasn't Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita. None of these people read Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita. People didn't read any of Prabhupada's books. And I don't believe that they read the Vedas. They probably read some books about the Vedas. They read some books, maybe Bhagavad Gita or something. So the misrepresentation, just to try to prove Dagmar is wrong, or I don't know what he's trying to prove. I read this. It's kind of hard to read because it's translated from whatever his language. I translated it into English, and it's just very long-winded, and it's very it just goes on and on about how horrible it is that she came out and told her story. A historical figure like Srila Prabhupada does not have this option or whatever. I mean, it just goes on. Read the full analysis below and judge for yourself where the line between criticism and slander lies. Well, first of all, you can't slander a dead person. So there's no such thing as slandering a dead person. That's already been established. You can't do it. So there's no slander going on. But worse than that, going through all of this energy because he doesn't like that Dagmar told her story. So much energy going, it just goes on and on. I mean, look at this, it goes on and on. Here's a rundown of what happens where at 4:55 claim Hinduism unites all. Just goes on and on with this video. So I went and I left a comment or something on this. But when I scroll down here to the bottom of this page, because I wanted to figure out who this is and what's going on, it is such. First of all, I want to apologize for Dagmar that she has to go through all this, just for speaking up and wanting to be on it, tell her story, and that's what it is. Though this is what it is. Just like it's similar to me. I just said, hey, I don't want to work with Todd Badarshan, and I got all kinds of harassment on the internet. Same type of thing from this pod guy and from my own friends, and then death threat, intimidation, and it's just. So I went down here and I clicked on this Facebook link. It says follow us on Facebook. So I clicked on the Facebook page. It wants me to log in again. I already did that already, but and I went to the Facebook page, and I typed in. I left a comment, and I said, "Hey, come on my show, come on my live stream. I'm going to go live." And I left a message. It wasn't as polite as that, but I was like, "Hey, fuck, come on my show," and I left the link, and I posted the link on his page. And with a picture of the thumbnail, I posted the thumbnail, and I posted the link to this. So maybe he's here. Maybe this fuck is here. Because I told him, I said, come on my show and I'll rip you a new asshole, you fucking piece of shit. You come here to try to intimidate and badmouth and ruin the reputation of someone who's trying to be honest. My friend who comes in here and supports my channel. Because of your fucking cult, because you think you're a super Hindu, and you're gonna write an article that's gonna explain all of this crap. When who the fuck are you? You're not a Hindu. You're a fucking Croatian or wherever he's from. You're cosplaying as a Hindu. This is not how people act. This is not how people act with abuse survivors. Yeah, this whole thing, and I'm going to tell you, it's racism, it's sexism. It's a white man is talking shit and bad-mouthing women and whoever the fuck he wants. He's going to go on and create a whole, and that's the mentality of this cult. They're like, oh, you talk bad about Prophet? I'm going to write a whole fucking 800-page friggin' thing, bad-mouthing every, and go point by point, minute by minute through the video. Because, I don't want anybody, I'm going to put my own video up with Prabhupada on there. I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea about Prabhupada. Oh, my goodness. I got to do, what the fuck is that? And then I go, and so I had his page up, and I was going to show you guys, his page, his Facebook page, because he's got this article, the same article on his Facebook page. And that's where I left my comment in the comments on this same article that he's got here. With the same picture. He's got all this shit he's got on his Facebook page. But right before I was just about to go live, I was just about to hit button. I was like, okay, let me get everything ready. Let me get everything set up here. And I was clicking through, making sure everything's ready. And I clicked on his the Facebook. I clicked on it was gone. And I said, oh, what happened? And I went back and I got the link and I went back again. I put it in there again. Gone. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if he's in here. He doesn't want. He didn't want anybody to. He didn't want anybody to see. He didn't want. But I mean, why couldn't you? He couldn't just delete the link. He deleted his whole page. Well, you know, good for that. If he deleted his whole page, well, good. Good. If his page is gone now because of that, then good. Come in here and we'll talk about how dare you badmouth a survivor, someone who's had a traumatic experience in a cult. We've all been. It's no different than him badmouthing me and my daughter, or me, or any of us, or Sridham. You want to talk shit about Sridham and his missing teeth? You fuck. How are you going to defend that? He'd find a way. Believe me, he'd find a way. Yeah, you'll always have our support, my support, our support. You know, it doesn't, what you did and what you're doing does not go unnoticed. That's what the world needs. That's what the world needs. People to speak out. And let me tell you right now, this is exactly why people don't speak out when they leave cults. Because this is what happens. This is what happens before they even leave. So they already know. That's why these people on these web pages, they don't want to leave their name. Whenever they say they know something, they hear something, oh, it's M. Dossie, R. Doss, VB Doss, V. Doss. They already know. They already know if they speak out, something's going to happen. What the hell if they leave? They leave and then speak out like I am, like we are. They don't. That's why it makes sense. It makes sense because Knitting Cult Lady says the number one way to become a cult expert and know the most about cults and be able to recognize and understand and all the behavior and all the psychology and all of that stuff, the best way is to be in a cult. Get out of it. But then, we understand it. We understand it. We went through it. We went through the manipulation. We went through the brainwashing. We were a normal person. We got brainwashed. We believed this crap. And we came to our senses. And then that person goes on to study cults and speak out about them. That's really their worst nightmare. I mean, what can you say to that? What can you say to that person? Now they just want to intimidate people and make them just disappear. If you leave, you bloop, you're gone. We can talk shit about you. You can talk shit when the guy's become an expert. People are listening to him. And anybody speaks out. That just adds to the chorus of voices of people speaking out. That's the worst thing. They don't want that. They want us to just go away, shut up. You had a bad experience, okay, that's on you. You weren't submissive, you weren't whatever. Just go away. And we can talk shit about you. We can talk about how you're in the material world and you're this and that. No, when I'm on here talking and explaining to other people about cults, that's a whole nother thing. And Dagmar speaking out, it's like, people speaking out, they gotta they gotta rebut. That's why, like, on you go to any video on YouTube of survivors speaking out, and you'll see these Hare Krishna people in there. No, it wasn't. It's not all bad. It's not all bad. Okay, so you recognize that it's bad. That doesn't set off a red flag. Oh, fuck. Cult defenders in denial. They cannot accept how flawed their institution is, and other cult members are. They have a defend at all cost attitude, even if it means to defend criminal behavior. Right, just like the cult of MAGA, same thing. But anyway, we're not talking about them. But exactly, we'll defend pedophilia if we have to. We'll defend child marriage, we'll defend pedophilia, we'll defend it, we'll defend it all. I'll even sit there and say, the guy got shot in the head and I was there and I was brainwashed too. We were all brainwashed. Well, no, you didn't all do it. But he's saying we would have all done it, but that's why I said if they would have said, probably would have said, hey, you got to drink this Kool-Aid at 2:00. We're gonna have prashadam. We're gonna put some cyanide in the sweet rice, and we're gonna just all go back to Godhead. There would have been a ton of people doing it. They would have done it, and they can't see. They can't, and they don't see how blind they are. Defending Prabhupada, defending him. This guy goes on and on, and defends everything. He defends the Gurukula. He defends the Hitler statements. He defends all of this stuff. Like, how dare you talk about Prabhupada? He wants repeating the lies that Prabhupada was a scholar and this and that. Critical analysis and factual correction of the video interview with an ex-Hare Krishna member about the dark guru Prabhupada. Yeah, well, he was. I mean, what? All the sexism, the racism, saying women have small brains and like to be raped. You know how dark it is to make a statement. To make a statement multiple times that women like to be raped and then laugh about it? You're going to try and tell me that's not a dark statement? To say in the future if we have guns, we'll just put a gun to someone's head and say, you chant Hare Krishna? No, bam. That's like a psychotic cult leader. Guy walking around with a bunch of goons with sticks, knowing that if he snapped his fingers, they'd friggin' murder anybody he wanted. They murdered Salochan, probably didn't even have to tell him to do it. They knew. They knew what to do. Oh, he does this? We already know what to do. It's in Prabhupada's books. That's not dark. Creating a school where all these little kids, not just sexually abused, tortured. These kids are tortured. You're knocking a little kid's teeth out. That's not discipline. It's not his karma. How do you excuse that shit? You're right. It's funny a bit. It's psychotic that someone would spend so many hours just listening to something and writing a response. a minute by minute response, going through your video, like with every point. At this, then at 105 she says this, and at 115 she says that. Like, do we really need that? Exactly. Who the fuck is a scumbag defending crimes and quoting Dagmar? He will also be incriminated if he keeps going out. Yeah, he's just, it's, he's writing this article and it's almost like harassment. It's almost like harassment. No one talked to him. She didn't bring up his name. I don't think she brought up his name. Hey, pause. This is the shit, man. This is the brainwashing these people. Can't even speak out. Dagmar can't even tell her story. Let's just say for sake of argument, Dagmar made it all up. What about everybody else? They making it up? Sridhar with his two teeth knocked out? All those women that were married off? All these little kids that were in the lawsuit that were tortured? Made to sleep in trash cans and locked in closets and sleeping in their urine and stool and eating rotten, and being raped and abused and I mean, come on, man. That you're gonna try and deny that? You're gonna write why don't you write an article about that, dude? Why don't you write an article about that? Why don't you write a friggin' 3,000-word essay on how the kids were abused by these fucking monsters that you worship? Why don't you do that? Let's just for sake of argument, let's just Dagmar never spoke up. She never said anything. So now what? You're gonna just discount all the other people? My daughter? You want to deny what happened to my daughter making it all up? I'm making it all up. We're all making it all up. Because we don't like Hindus? While you sit there act like you're a super fucking Hindu? Fucking pieces of shit piss me off, man. Yeah, Gora Hari wanted me to go on his show, but he just wants to use me as an example of someone who's in Maya, and then he can just preach to his laughing gas gang, and I'm not that's not a debate. That's not a because as soon as I say, hey, you can't propagate you in a dream, and what the fuck is that? He's gonna end it anyway. I just he could be chanting. He could be doing. He's defending a pedophile cult. And I guess this is that same guy. Dagmar's the same guy, right? I don't know. I guess it's the same guy. Yes, absolutely. Kudos to you for speaking the truth. More power to you. And I'm going to tell you, if what you said is everything that he's saying it is, he wouldn't have wrote this article. He would have said, "Fuck that." But he knows. He knows that this shit's real. That shit happened. This shit happened. Not just to Dagmar, not just to me and all of us, but so many others. He knows that. It pissed me off, man. It's like, haven't you traumatized us enough? Can't we just get on with our lives and heal and say what we want to say? No, we can't. Can't do it. well, Mike, you're attacking us with your video. Yeah, you're a fucking pedophile cult. Dagmar, you're strong enough to face such a reply. One way, it's a positive sign. If your testimony did put the nail on that creep hand, he wouldn't reply. He's in defense. Shame on this guy. Shame on him, man. Just let victims just be, just shut up. And you ain't no Hindu. You ain't no fucking Hindu. You ain't no more Hindu than if you put on a friggin' little curly things and the Jewish hat and put on the I forget what it's called, the thing that goes around the Torah that they put. It's got the tassels coming down at the rabbi, and you run around talking like you're a rabbi. You ain't no rabbi. You're a rabbi because you read a book. You read a book. You talked to some guy who was a rabbi, and now you can run around thinking that you're going to teach the world about Judaism. You're like some super rabbi. You know how stupid that sounds? You want to study Hinduism, study it. But that's not what you're doing. You're like, you want, these people want to appropriate it and become the super Hindu. Like, I was happy just reading the books, learning, and trying to understand Krishna consciousness even after 20 years. It's like, I didn't need to sit on there and give a lecture. What am I going to lecture about? Especially when you got Yashodananda and these other fucks. You give the lecture. I recognize that I got nothing to say sitting there, even after 20 years. I got nothing to say. I'm no fucking super Hindu. What am I gonna do? Just repeat what I've read in Prabhupada's books and then act like Gora Hari? Like I was a super Hindu? They got it. And all these guys, all of them. Don't be intimidated by these people. Don't be intimidated by these people at all. Absolutely not, man. Don't let them. Don't let them at all, man. I'm telling you. Don't ever. Man. We have an open case with the Department of Justice. Now, Tulsi Gabbard, she's one of them. So they can come in here. I'm not going on anybody's live stream. They want to come in here and talk shit. They absolutely can. I mean, if they want to come in here and talk shit, but they got to tell me who their guru is. They got to tell me who their guru is, and we'll go from there. We'll talk about all this shit in Prabhupada's books. Yeah, Dagmar, it's good, and I know it feels good. I know it feels good to tell your story. It feels good to tell your story, to be heard. That's why therapy is good. Therapy is good. Sit there and talk to somebody who's not your friend, somebody who's not your family, somebody who's like trained in listening to people talk. Because they're not zoning out and thinking about dinner or whatever, or you're gonna they're gonna say, hey, that sounds like an issue with, have you ever thought, like different than Gora Hari talking to Hot Lips. You get someone who can recognize, you're bipolar, or you've got some issues in your mind, back of your mind, that are affecting your actions, and you haven't addressed it. Someone who not your neighbor, not your neighbor. I mean, it's. I'm not saying don't talk to your neighbor, but don't look to your neighbor for some kind of advice when you're going through issues in life that are important and have weight, stuff like that. I mean, you can mention to somebody, hey, my my dog died, and I'm really sad. I mean, I'm not saying you can't do that. I mean, everybody you can do that, but you know what I mean. It's like if you therapy can be good. It can be good for people. You know, I'm not saying you have to do it, but I'm saying it's good. It's good. It's good. Not talking to no fucking Gora Hari or any of these guys, any of these white Hindus. Let me see. Here's one. So here's one. Oh my God, I can't believe this. We should do the. Do I have? I don't have an opening. I don't have an opening for white Hindus, do I? The white Hindu segment. Yeah, I guess I do. We can do. We can. Oh, should we do? Let's do this. All right. Well, welcome back to As the Loka Turns, and we have another episode in the story of what's going to happen. What's going to happen? Let's see. Let's see where we left off. See where what's happening. Let's see what's happening today in Lord Chaitanya's Grace Place. We want to find out what's happening here.
Krishna, 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 Krishna. Hey, my friends are here. You've passed the disciple stage. Now you're in the friendship stage. The servant stage. Now you're in the friendship stage. That's how it works. Why? Because, like Jesus said, you know what your master, your spiritual.
Oh, so I guess he didn't like what she said about I'm a slave and I'm a servant. So now he's like, my friends are here. Now you're my friends. He says you've passed the disciple stage. Now you're in the friendship stage. I don't know. That's something's going on. Something's going on here. The Loka is turning. I'm going to tell you right now. The Loka is turning.
Master is doing. It's all by the book, isn't it? It's amazing, man. I remember when I first read the Bible, and I was lifted into this state, transcendental state, and I realized this was all true. The essence was true. The essence was true. And then I started to experience that with the Vedas also. Wow, this is all true. This is the way it is. Yeah, when you when deliverance is here, the Lord empowers somebody to be basically really represent him in this world. And as we're getting purified, you see that. You actually see that.
What in God's
Krishna
holy name are you
appears
blathering
as
about?
the spiritual master, and you just start doing like Lord Chaitanya. He appeared. Krishna appeared as Lord Chaitanya. He appeared as Nityananda. He appeared as Advaita. So he appears as the devotee.
Oh my God! It's just, oh my goodness! What happened there? It is such nonsense with this guy. But you just hear how he just babbles on. He's got these people mesmerized. Evidently, they are mesmerized. But Hot Lips looks like she's, I don't know. She looks like she may have had it. It looks like she may be done with this.
See, people, they jump the gun without the purification, and they want to become spiritual masters and gurus, they want the perks. That's the false ego. That's the trick. That's how Jesus was tempted in the desert.
Well, wait a minute. Didn't he? How did he become? How did he become a guru? How did he become a guru? Was he? Didn't he dream? Oh, look at his hair. Didn't he dream about Prabhupada and now he's a guru? These people are such hypocrites. I gotta go over some of these comments because I'm getting so many comments I can't keep up with them, and I really want to. All these fanatics need to step the fuck back and relax because we're talking about crimes here. We're not joking. I know. We're talking about child marriage. We're talking about molesting little kids. We're talking about protecting pedophiles. We're talking about guys like Keshava Bharatidas, or Swami, and Vidyapurna Swami, and Lokanath Swami. And there's too many. There's too many to name. There's too many to fucking name. And they protect each other, like Bhakti Vikash, protecting all of them. When he should be standing up. He should be standing up and saying, hey, you guys molesting kids, this is wrong. No, he didn't do that. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on in the comments. Yeah, it's the same guy. So you're saying it's the same. So it's the same guy. Okay, that's what I thought it was, but I didn't see a picture of him, and I wasn't sure if it was him. And some of your comments are going idle. Well, then it's just I'm backed up. I'm backed up on comments, and yeah, there's no point in debating these freaks. The only thing to debate is the only thing really to debate me about is, why do you have this guru and why are you in this pedophile cult? You can't read. You can't read. Like, so I did this thing. I don't know where it is now. I did this thing where I asked ChatGPT about child marriage, and it came back and it said, yeah, there's child marriage in Prabhupada's books, and it listed all of this stuff, but it's not. It's of course it's AI, so it's not accurate. But it put together a nice little package of information. But it messes up a few things. It wants to smooth over. I mean, it says yes, there's child marriage in Prabhupada's books, but then when it quotes it a little bit wrong. As for instance, here, this is in the Bhagavatam. So this is the Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 17, verse 38, purport. And Prabhupada says, well, first of all, he says, the basic principles of irreligiosity, such as pride, prostitution, intoxication, and falsehood, counteract the four principles of religion, namely austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truthfulness. And he goes on and he says, he talks about all the things that we shouldn't do. He says, following in the footsteps of Maharaj Pariksit, it's the duty of all executive heads of state to see that the principles of religion, namely this, blah, 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 are established. And that means, and that the principles of irreligion, namely pride, illicit female association or prostitution, intoxication, and falsity, are checked by all means. And it goes on that the state should categorically stop all sorts of gambling, drinking, prostitution, falsity, and And then it also says that 2 compulsory fasting days a month. 2, there must be compulsory marriage of young boys and girls attaining 24 years of age and 16 years of age, respectively. Now, again, a 24-year-old boy is a man. That's not a boy. He's 24 years old. He's a man. That's a man. That's a 24-year-old man and a 16-year-old girl. He puts it right here in the Bhagavatam. He says there must be compulsory marriage. He's like, that's not a recommendation. That's not a recommendation. He says it must be compulsory. There must be compulsory marriage of young boys and girls attaining 24 years of age and 16 years respectively. And then he says 3, the citizens of the state must give in charity up to 50% of their income for the purpose of creating a spiritual atmosphere. This sounds like the Taliban to me. This sounds like the Taliban. He goes on and you know, you're working for the temple. You got to give your money. This is the world that Prabhupada wants. This is what he's saying. It's straight up. I mean, I just read it. He's saying that the heads of state must do this. They must follow in the footsteps of Maharaj Pariksit. They must outlaw illicit female association, prostitution, intoxication, falsity, gambling, drinking, slaughterhouses. 2 compulsory fasting days a month. Ekadasi. You gotta follow Ekadasi. You gotta go to jail. There must be compulsory marriage of young boys and girls, and you gotta get 50% of your income. So he puts a lot of shit right there with the child marriage, but it says it right there. It's child marriage. The canto, the first canto of the Bhagavatam. "24-year-old men and 16-year-old girls, just stick them together." Debate is over. Prabhupada married an 11-year-old girl. That's not even a debate. I mean, that's just a fact. This is a fact. The debate is why. You want to have a debate? Let's debate why he married an 11-year-old girl. Why didn't he just go? Why wasn't he just a brahmachari? Why didn't he? Well, what? Yeah, that's exactly it. If to debate with any devotee and win, you can't argue against a pedophile, woman-hating cult, and they won't even argue that. They're going to say, no, you're taking it out of context. They're going to say, I'm not going to debate you about that because you're taking it out of context. Probably didn't say that. Probably didn't. What about all the other quotes where Prabhupada says that women are equal and we're not the body and we're this and that? So I don't want to. I'm trying to get through these because I don't want any trolls to tell me, hey, I don't want any trolls to say, hey, you're not answering my thing. So like I'm way backed up, but I want to get to. Let this escape the Matrix channel be a warning to what happens after ISKCON. I don't know. Yeah. So you guys are still in the pedo cult or something? Like he's spiritually. Oh, I guess when he blows his nose. Yeah, I'm way behind in this. Yeah, thanks, man. I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. We're all here together, man, and I love that we're all here together doing this because there you go, pedophilia, right in the books, promoting right in the Bhagavatam. It's right in the Bhagavatam. And then you got the conversation where he's telling them to marry the 12-year-old girl to the 19-year-old man in 1977. And he's not talking about, oh, they want to say, well, this is ancient tradition and that's what was going on. Like, no, you can't pull that bullshit with me. I know the truth. That works with these freaks. With this freak, it might work with this freak. Okay, he don't know any better. He's just a dumb white super Hindu. Thinks he's a white super Hindu. He doesn't know. What does he know? What does he know? Without illicit relations, that's fast. Yeah, probably was an extremist, man. He said women don't have to go to school. They don't need to learn anything. He said women can just cook, clean, take care of the kids, make some garlands, sew some clothes for the deities. That's it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, I think I'm caught up. Yeah, I want to just, John, are you a troll? John is. Some people are. There's trolls in here that pretend to be ex devotees, and there's everything, and they're not honest. So you never know. You never know who you really don't. Um, it's hard sometimes to figure it out. Sometimes it takes a couple. Sometimes it takes a couple shows because they come in here and they pretend to be. They pretend to be. I'm not in ISKCON, but then they know everything about it. They know everything about it. They want to argue with me about everything, but they were never in ISKCON. Um, Probably was a fucking fraud. Keep watching to find out, right? Asked that sorry piece of dirty underwear Taruna to come talk about his guru, Mr. Yeah, I said if you want to come talk shit with me here. I said come talk some shit. And next thing I know his next thing I know his Facebook page is down. I told him, I said come talk some shit on my channel. Come I'm going live. I'm going live in like an hour. Like an hour or so, and then to get this. He's got the link. He's got the link. He Yeah, I think yeah. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. They go back and forth, and because we know how they lie. We know how they lie. They can't be honest. They can't come in here and be. They can't come in here and be like, yeah, I'm in ISKCON and I'm a disciple of Radhanath Swami, and I'm pissed off that you're on here talking shit about my guru. They don't want to do that. They want to come in here and then bait me and and get me to say whatever. Justice for my daughter. Yeah, justice for my daughter. Absolutely, man. Yeah, Radhanath told him, don't engage with that guy. I have never lied. So you are in ISKCON. So you are in ISKCON. So you are in ISKCON because I said these ISKCON guys come in here and they lie, and then this guy pops up and goes, I've never lied. That's funny. That is funny. Yeah, but he said he wasn't. He said he wasn't a devotee. He said he wasn't a disciple of Sri Narayana. Whatever. These guys are full of lies. They're full of shit. All of them. I don't know. I don't know who. You know, they got to come on here and they got to say fuck Prabhupada. If you can't type in fuck Prabhupada, then I don't believe that you're. I don't believe that you're really an ISKCON. I mean, I don't know what else to do to test. You know, to figure out if these guys are trolls or not. But if you can't type in "fuck Prabhupada," I believe that you're a friggin' pedo cult freak. That's what I say. So let me let's do what do we got? Knitting cult lady. So I want to do knitting cult lady. This is a good one. I kind of jumped over her because I wanted to get to the Dagmar story, the troll, Dagmar's troll, Dagmar's troll. I wanted to get to that. But let me just get back. Let's get back to get back on track with knitting cult lady. Because we got a lot of viewers and they need to learn it. They need to learn they're in a cult. They need to learn they're in a cult. It's serious. I mean, I joke around, I get pissed, I rant, but it is serious. They're in a cult. They need to learn. They need to learn that. They need to learn that. So here we go. Here we go with the knitting, with not the knitting, with knitting cult lady. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If you can't type that in, if you can't type in "fuck Prabhupada," then you know you're a ISKCON troll. I don't know what else to do because you come in here and they want to play games. They want to play games, but that's okay because at least they're learning that they're in a cult. They may be fucking around, but they are hearing that they're in a cult. Just like this. So let's go with this, and they can they can learn some more.
With Daniela, we are reading from the second book of Daniela, The Culting of America, my cult tactics book. This is about the types of language cults use. Extremely important. The cult pitch. We're special, they're not. The cult pitch is always the same. We know something the rest of the world doesn't. The group offers more than community. It's selling enlightenment, a rare and secret truth that only the chosen few can access. It's intoxicating, powerful, and feeds the ego. Once that belief takes root, you protect it, defend it, and cut off anyone who tries to pull you away. That's how cult leaders reshape reality, convincing the followers the outside world is lesser, unworthy, and wrong. Loaded language reinforces who's in and who's out. As Amanda Montell explains in a Harper's Bazaar article titled Wellness Mommy Bloggers and the Cultish Language They Use. What distinguishes a cultish group from, say, a group of energized, enthusiastic people bent on achieving a certain outcome or goal is the group's employment of certain words and phrases designed to create stark, inalienable binaries between us and them. If you're fluent in a cultish dialect, then you are chosen, you are powerful, you are special.
I mean, that is absolutely the truth. You can know it in ISKCON and in these Krishna cults. If you can tell these stories, if you can speak the language like Guru Hari does, and you can tell these stories, and you know a bunch of these stories, and you can move your head and sound like you're Indian and have like a fake Indian accent a little bit, and just do the whole show, and you can zoom to the top. And when these guys sit there and they got a whole audience and they're working the audience with, oh yes, and isn't it like the Radhanath Swami? Oh yeah, making garlands for Radha Gopinath. Such a good service. The mercy. Just bullshit. Plain up bullshit. You were initiated by Radhanath Swami. Hey, it happens, man. It happens, man. Little Dickie Slavin got you. I'm not trying to make fun of it. I know. I know. It's like, the main dude. Yeah. So but it's good that you're here, because, I like that you're here and that you're hearing this, and you can add your perspective, because we all have our, whether you're Shodanandan and other people were the other swamis and other gurus, and they're all the same. It's all the same, and we all got scammed, and we all got scammed. So I'm not trying to make fun of you personally, absolutely not. But this is what we do here. This is what we do here. So, I know, isn't it? It's so true what she's saying. They think they're the chosen ones. They think they're above others. They think everyone else is impure and demonic. It is, and it's Radhanath Swami. Okay, man. All right, buddy.
Margaret Singer, not Margaret Sanger, agrees, saying, almost all cults make the claim that their members are chosen, select, or special, while non-members are considered lesser beings. Once you buy in, leaving the group means surrendering your place among the enlightened. The U.S. military sells belonging the same way. The Marine Corps iconic slogan, the few, the proud, the Marines, signals exclusivity. You don't just join, you become. The Army's...
It's really... She has all. If you want to learn about cults, man, you gotta watch, go subscribe to her, and you gotta listen to her videos, watch her video. You'll learn so much from her. Corporations, companies can be cults, and when I worked for this American Express company, American Express Travel, their slogan was the best of the best. That we were actually, it was the best of the best of the best. So we were. The best of the best. We were the best of the best of the best, and it was that same, the few, the chosen, the Marines, and a lot of companies have their slogans. They have their mission statement, and they have their little indoctrination thing where you become like a little corporate cult member, and she really gets into that. But definitely. Definitely, Krishna, it's special because you've taken millions of births, and you were never a devotee before. Maybe you were a devotee in your past life, but you don't know. But you've taken millions of births, because Krishna says after millions and millions of births, one takes birth, and by the mercy of the spiritual master, one comes in contact with a pure devotee. However that verse is, I don't remember. But that's what happens, is that you are chosen. You are the few, the chosen, the devotees. Nodding cult lady is Mike. Maybe you should learn how to spell. Yeah, she should probably be your guru. She should be your guru. She should be your guru. You should be listening to her. I already know. I already know. I don't have to. I'm the guru. I'm Gora Hoodie. See, I'm Gora Hoodie. I'm Gora Hoodie, so I'm already a guru. I don't need a guru. I am a guru. I am a guru. See how that works? So yeah, welcome Jai Ganapati. I'm sorry I didn't say hi earlier. But yeah, thanks for joining. So yeah, Radhanath buried Kirtananda. Yeah, so Radhanath, he not only does Radhanath worship and protect pedophiles, he buries them too. He buries them too. So you tell me that's not weird. Weird planet. Tell me that's not weird. Not only do you protect them and defend them and protect them and worship their feet, and then when they die, you bury them in the holy.
The whole world gone crazy! Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
Bobby Brooks is a devotee. Won't say who his guru is, although all of us are saying who our gurus. None of us have a problem saying who our guru was. I don't. I was a Ritvik. I was a Ritvik. Prabhupada was my Ritvik, was my guru. Yashodanandan did the ceremony. I don't have a problem saying that. I don't have a problem. I'm a little ashamed. I'm not embarrassed. I've come to accept it. I've come to accept it, and everybody here knows it. Yeah. So okay. So let's do a little bit more of this, just to piss off
Be
Bobby
all that
Brooks.
you can be pushed military service as transformation, and it worked on my husband. These slogans hammer home the same message. This isn't just a career, it's a calling. Some of the biggest brands in the world use the same formula. Disney doesn't sell entertainment, it sells magic. Employees aren't workers, they're cast members. They don't just do a job, they create dreams. With its Think Different branding, Apple users aren't just consumers, they're visionaries, rebels, creators. Nike's Just Do It promises more than athletic gear. It sells a mindset. When you wear Nike products, you're suddenly capable of pushing past limits, overcoming obstacles, and achieving greatness. Then there are the fitness cults. CrossFit isn't a gym, it's a box. In addition to their acronyms mentioned earlier, their slogans, Forging Elite Fitness and The Sport of Fitness, separate members from regular gym goers. SoulCycle isn't a spin class, it's spiritual. Instructors act like gurus, guiding the riders towards something deeper than just fitness.
So this is what I'm saying, and Bobby Brooks needs to hear this. When you become a cult expert, when you start, because a lot of people that leave a cult, just because you leave a cult doesn't mean you're interested in cults and researching and trying to understand. So some people just want to get their lives back. Some people just want to get their lives back and go move on. And they got trauma. They don't want to do it. Everybody's different. So not everybody's going to become a cult expert. But when you become aware and you understand how cults are operating, what they're doing, how their mind works, how they get in there, how advertising and brainwashing works, and manipulation, and just interplay between people, and how so many things go into coercion and arguing and winning debates and winning. There's a lot going on. It's not just. There's a lot there. So and it's like that with cults. There's a lot going on. So when you finally put all the pieces together and you understand it, like Stephen Hassan and Knitting Cult Lady and many others, cult experts, when they understand really what's going on, then her and others can look at a CrossFit company and go, this is a cult, or it's culty. A lot of times she says things are culty because they might not check off all 10 boxes. They might only check off 8. But that doesn't mean it's not, it's culty. So that's why people like Bobby Brooks and others that are in the cult or maybe have left the cult, they still don't understand what's going on. They don't understand they were in a cult. My daughter didn't understand. It was just something we weren't doing anymore. She wasn't doing it anymore. I wasn't doing it anymore. A lot of people don't understand what they went through, even if they're traumatized. These people that are in it, the guy got his teeth knocked out. He doesn't understand. He got his teeth knocked out at 7 years old. Spent his whole life in this cult. Never understood. Never understood what happened. The truth, the ramifications, all of that. Never got it. Even though he's missing his teeth, it affected his whole life. It's not easy. It's not understanding cults and how they work and brainwashing and manipulation. It's not the easiest thing in the world. That's why most people are under the impression that that ain't going to happen to me. That's going to happen to somebody who's weak, someone who's hurt, someone's going through this, somebody's damaged, somebody just broke up, somebody like whatever. No, it's not. If you think that, then you don't understand how cults work. You don't understand how dangerous they are. You don't get it. That's it. It's like she says, like the Marines. They take anybody. Mental illness, perfectly fine, whatever. And when you come out, you're a fucking Marine. So a little bit behind here. So yeah, Bobby, who's your guru? They won't do it. They want to act like they're high and mighty, a holy man, but they won't be honest. They can't be honest. They want to defend their cult, but they can't say who their guru is. They see that I'm doing some live thing. They want to come in here and talk shit, but they can't be honest and just say, well, my guru is Sri Dayananda, or my guru is, like Brandon says, my guru is Radhanath Swami. That's when I left. He wanted to control me and my every choice. Yeah, he wanted to do that from the beginning, but he had to work you first. Yeah, he had to work you first. He wanted to do it. You gotta make Garland Seva. That Garland Seva, and then you're gonna laugh at it. Garland Seva. Garland. That's women's work. That's women's work. Okay. So okay, let's get to this part. This part is always good. Because I forgot I had this.
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call dimension of imagination, dimension of imagination, dimension of imagination, dimension of imagination, dimension of imagination.
All right, yeah, it's Agora Hoodie back Gore hoodie. And let's see what we got. Let's see what we got here. I was going to show you that one, but I'm not. I'm going to show you. No, we did that one already. Gora Hari versus Gora Hoodie. Okay, so, okay, I'll do that. I'll do that next. This guy. We watched a little bit of this guy. Let's look at this guy again, because I don't know who this guy is. He just popped up. He just popped up today.
Forest, and sit on deerskin, and not too high, not too low, and so many things. So, not possible, but Bhakti Yoga, simple for the simple. Okay. Now then, we have to understand, what is this yoga?
Oh, that's fucking crazy. That's crazy. That guy's crazy. I mean, he's like, and I love. He looks like Lord Voldemort. He looks like Lord Voldemort. Well, he's a super Hindu that's going to teach you about bhakti. He's going to teach you about bhakti, and you know he's a super Hindu because he's got the super Hindu racing stripe on his forehead. And but he looks like he almost looks like he's got a hoodie on. I don't know if he's got a hoodie. I was gonna call him Blue Hoodie Das, but he's another white, the white super Hindu. And I'm gonna tell you, man, this is like some subliminal racism. I mean, seriously, to think that because you're a white man and that you're reading Prabhupada's books, that now you can teach this bhakti yoga is simple for the simple. And look at this guy. Okay, I don't know how this works. He's got 32,000 subscribers. That seems like a lot. It seems like a lot for Ishan Das, Bhakta Singh. But he's only got 71 views. He only got 71 views, but he's got 32,000 subscribers on his channel. But again, with the white Hindu, I can teach this bhakti yoga. How do I and they have no problem just getting on the internet, and I'm white Hindu. I'm gonna teach you about Krishna and yoga and all of that. He's on his forgot to take my pills. He's just another Gora Hari. Let me see, what did I miss something? Yeah, idiot for the idiot. It's simple for the simple, stupid for the. It's simple for the simple, and it's stupid for the smart people, because smart people look at that and go, "That's stupid." That is stupid. It's simple for the simple, and it's stupid for smart people. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck are you doing? I know, he's on the bridge. He's on the bridge to total freedom. He doesn't know if he's a Scientologist or a Krishna. Yeah, so there's Mr. Simple for the simple. But I mean, to just jump on it. Let me just jump on the internet and start preaching. That'd be like me, coming on here and just start talking about anything. Talking about anything I don't know about, just because I read Prabhupada's book. I read Prabhupada's book, so now I can just teach. I can I can just teach whatever I want. It's simple for the simple, and if you believe me, then you must be simple. Okay, so I just found this video. It's really interesting, and this guy's kind of funny, and he's not a Hare Krishna, but he's talking about New Vrindavan, and I don't know if anybody's seen this video. I just found it. I don't know how I found it. I don't know. Maybe Rafal sent it to me. If Rafal sent it to me, this is great, but I'm not sure because when I'm clicking through and I'm putting Rafal's videos, getting them ready, other videos pop up, like, hey, how about this? And then I'll click on that, and then I get all mixed up, and I don't know I don't know what's what. But check this out. This is really interesting.
So what if I told you there's a golden covered palace tucked deep in the West by God Virginia hills, built not for kings or coal barons, but by a group of Hare Krishna devotees chasing enlightenment? At its peak, New Vrindavan was a spiritual utopia, drawing thousands to its marble halls and chanting gardens. But behind the incense and prayer was something far darker: corruption, abuse, racketeering, even murder. This is the true story of how a dream of heaven in Appalachia descended into a cult-like kingdom ruled by fear. And it all started with a man who called himself Bhaktipada. All right, disclaimer. I'm going to pronounce things wrong on this episode, so get over it.
It's not cult-like. It was not cult-like. It was a cult. It's not a cult like. No, it was a cult, dude. I'm sorry. I just had to interject there. You had it right the first. Had it right the first time.
Bhaktipada, and believed he was God. Let me say the whole sentence again. And it all started with a man who called himself Bhaktipada. Take that for what it's worth. And he also believed he was God. So the Hare Krishnas in West Virginia is actually little known. There's a palace of gold that stands there in the hills of Moundsville that is absolutely gorgeous, and not many people know it's there. So I thought also, not many people know about the debauchery in the hills in the 90s, mostly with a rogue leader. So I said, let's do a long episode on this. But before we get started on this one, it's a little long. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to Creepalachia. Appreciate all of you. We should have merch available soon, if not now, on creepalachia.tv. So I appreciate you joining us.
So I don't know. I don't know if Rafal sent that to me or not. It's pretty interesting. I didn't watch it. I just watched a little bit of it, and I was like, "Oh, this guy's funny." I was like, "This guy's kind of a character." So I recommend you if you want to go watch it. It's Creepalachia, Palace of Gold, West Virginia, and I'll put the link in the description later. Let me see.
Krishna in muddy fields, determined to manifest their guru's vision of a spiritual frontier in America's heartland. Yet, even as the Appalachian Eden sprouted, its future leaders' ambitions were already germinating. Kirtananada, or Swami Bhaktipada, as Prabhupada dubbed him, positioned himself as New Vrindavan's sole authority, taking on the grand title of founder Acharya of the community. Now, by the early 1970s, more spiritual seekers arrived, drawn by the promise of enlightenment in the countryside. The commune expanded land holdings to over.
So I give the guy credit for doing this. We need more. We need more of these type of things on the internet, on the YouTube. But I have a feeling that he didn't research this himself. I have a feeling he may have done this. Well, this was 4 months ago. I feel like he may have done this with AI, and then he's reading it. Did you find it? Is that it? I feel like he researched this with AI, and he put it together, and then he's reading it. I would like. I would like that he would have talked to one of us, maybe done some real research, and really got down to it. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I can already tell that he's exposing it. It's definitely, he's saying it was a utopia turned to hell. But I think it really needed, he really needed to do a little bit more, a little better research on this. But I don't want to badmouth it. But anyway, it's really, it looks really good. And Eliana put the link there so you guys can go watch it. Not right now, but you can go watch it. So let's see what else we got here. I got. Okay, so I thought this was kind of funny. I think Raphael sent this to me. Although, or maybe this is the one that he sent to me originally. I'm not sure. But I was watching this and I thought it was pretty funny. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at this.
Hare Krishna, I'd like to give some information regarding the change books and the original books. So this is very important for people who are distributing books, to know the difference and why the changed books are a problem. People think, oh, it's the same message. Actually, it's not the same message. And the book has totally changed over the years. There's so many editions of this book going around. It's like, third, fourth, fifth editions. Words keep changing and everything keeps changing. And one of the big problems is that, as I'll highlight here, that when you go to the pictures of these books, mind you, this book cost about what, $2? Similarly, this book cost about the same price. This book right here, this original Bhagavad Gita, this one here, it's costing about the same price. So the price is not a problem. The problem is the changes. And the changes are significant because you see here, you go here to this page, I marked it here. You see, who do you see? You see Srila Prabhupada, our founder Acharya of the Hare Krishna movement. And now you go to the next page here, next picture. What do you see? Do you see anyone else here? What's missing here? Do you notice what's missing here? What's missing? Can you see? And now let's look at this book here. We have our founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada here. Then what do you have? Let's go. You have Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, his spiritual master, Srila Gaur Krishna.
So with all the racism, the sexism, the child marriage, the pedophilia, all the stuff about Hitler and the Holocaust, and women have small brains, and women are like to be raped, and marry the 16-year-old girls off to the 24-year-old boys. All that stuff in these books. This is what they're upset about. They're upset. They're upset because they took some pictures out. They took some pictures out of the books instead of leaving these pictures, and they took these photographs of these scammers out. Like, they're upset that they took this scammer out. Like so what? But I understand. Okay, they took a picture out. Okay, but I mean, what do you complain? Okay.
Body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change. Sober? Okay. Are we drunkards? Okay, now let's go to the original book that Srila Prabhupada approved and he read from. Let's go to chapter 2, verse 13 from the 1972 edition of this book. So you see here, it's going to be a significant change of meaning. And we can see that when Srila Prabhupada was here, there were many books called Science of Self-Realization. We don't have any book called the Science of what? Science of Sober Realization, do we? We don't. So
these people are complaining about how taking those photographs out of these books and changing self-realization to sober somehow caused all these gurus to fall down, and it caused all these children to be molested, and it caused all these Rupa Manjaris to be abused, and all of this stuff. and all these kids to commit suicide, and Sri Ram to get his teeth knocked out, and Jog Jivan committing suicide because they changed this. Because they changed this word. Because they changed a couple of these words.
Let's go here and see this change. Very significant change here. You can see here. Let's go to chapter 2, verse 13 in this original book. You see here? What does it say? As the embodied soul continues.
Oh, that's it. They figured it out. They figured out that that's the problem. That's the problem with this kind is they changed self-realized soul to sober person, and that just set everything off. But they don't care about the child marriage. They don't care about the child marriage, right? They don't. He didn't say, hey, look, you know what it says in the Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 17? Text 38, purport. Prabhupada says it's compulsory to marry 16-year-old girls to 24-year-old men. Did you know that? Did you know that's in there? You want to change that? Maybe we should take that out. How about we take that out? Are you no, you're worried about a picture of friggin' Bhakti Vinod Thakur. You're worried about the word sober. It's insane. It's insane. Prabhupada's books are great for campfires. Absolutely. They're absolutely great. This guy has the confidence to post this and make himself look like a fool. And that's what I'm saying, man. I mean, we really want to deconstruct this. We can destruct this on so many levels. Many more lives destroyed. Many people became crazy, mentally ill after being in the cult. Yeah, I mean, think of the people that came out of the cult and they're traumatized and they don't get any help. They don't get any therapy. They don't get anything. And then maybe they end up in another cult. Or maybe they just spend the rest of their life like suffering from depression. Maybe they never can adjust back to having a real life. These are real consequences. This is real trauma. This is real stuff. These people like this guy, he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand what these kids have lived through, what they've lived their whole life. That he's got no idea what this Sridham went through with his teeth and health problems at the end of his life. No, I can't. I don't even have words for it. This guy just wants to discount all of this trauma, everybody's trauma, because he wants to be a super white Hindu and promote this bullshit that he's got no business being part of. I mean, he wants to be part of. You want to join a super Hindu pedo cult? That's up to you. But you weren't born in India. Your family's not Hindu or in a Gaudiya Vaishnava line of Lord Chaitanya or any of that. You're born in Prague or wherever you were born. Like all of those guys that I showed where they're telling their story. I'm from Nebraska. I was born in Ohio. I was born whatever, and then I was playing the saxophone, and I was in a band, and then the guy was in, I don't know, whatever city he was in Europe, and then they end up, and they're all in India on some magical mystery tour, thinking they're super Hindus. Freaking insanity.
Has the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
Brainwash, so fucking brainwashed. This guy's gonna write a whole fucking 3,000 word essay on why Dagmar is not telling the truth. And then when I say, hey, I'm like, hey, fuckhead, come on my live show and we'll talk about it. And then he all of a sudden his whole webpage is disappears. His whole Facebook page disappears like this. You guys are scumbags, man. Right. I like how he's secretly going through these rolls of papers. Nothing about kids' abuse, meaningless verbal diarrhea. Significant change will be if this clown wakes up and just walks away. I just
Just walk away. There has been too much violence, too much pain. Just walk away, and there will be an end to the horror. Just walk away.
Gary. Hey, Gary. I've never been in ISKCON. Find it shocking the condition of people after leaving. Such mugs for joining. Dressing up dolls. Sad individuals. Yeah, it is. It is. And it is really sad. And I would like people to get their lives back. I know I got my life back. I spent 20 years in that shit. 20 years in that shit that I can't get back. And when I came out of it, when I came to my senses, I was 52, I was 51, 52 years old. I wasn't 30 anymore. And that time seemed like it went by like that. And that pisses me off. But that's my fault. I got to admit, it was my fault. But it's not, I got conned, I got scammed. I mean, it's not like it's all my fault. It's my fault for believing the bullshit. But hey, that's what a scam is. That's what a scam is. That's a con job, confidence job. They get your confidence and they scam you. And that's why you got to be warned, because people don't know. People don't know. It's like going to a carnival. Like I said many times, it's like going to a carnival and you think you're gonna pop the balloon with the thing and you're gonna win the friggin' prize, and you're not. You might win the little one. They got 1 million of those, and they're ready to give those. They give those away all the time because they want you to keep trying. They want your money. They just want your money, and it's a scam. And people go up there and they say, just for the fun of playing the game, they know I'm not going to win. I just want to throw a dart. That's fine. You want to throw a dart, throw a dart. But the people that get scammed are the people that are like, oh man, I just need one more. If I just do one more, I'm gonna get it. It's no different than like a casino gambling. You know, if this is gonna be my lucky one. And all those people on that farm, wherever they are, and they're just like that. They're like, I'm so lucky I got involved with this Hare Krishna. Now I'm part of the Sampradaya. I'm part of this 5,000-year-old tradition. I'm chanting Hare Krishna. I'm being purified. All my sins are gone. My karma is gone. Oh, I'm in transcendental bliss. Blah, 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 blah. And then when they're going to wake up, and it's going to be traumatic. It's going to be traumatic like it was for me. Hey, I'm not 30 years old anymore. I'm 50 years old. I'm going to be retiring in 10 years. What the hell? What the fuck? And now I'm starting over? Fuck. they're all in the Narnia. Yeah, it's friggin' it's the Renaissance Fair. It's the Bengali Renaissance Fair. It's the Bengali Renaissance Fair, because the time frame is about the same. The trolls love it here. They love coming in here, you know. And the funny thing is, though, and I know, the funny thing is some of them are going to wake up. Some of them are actually going to wake up, and they're going to go, man, I thought that dude was a jerk, but you know what? He was right. The guy was right. You know, it helps knowing others have been in ISKCON and then left. It's hard to explain to people who've never been in or follow the practice what it's like or how it feels to leave. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, if you're not if you've never been in a cult, they don't know what it's like to leave it. They don't know the psychological manipulation that's going on. And they're like, well, why didn't you just leave? Why didn't you go just leave? Like me, you know, I look back on when I left, and it took like over a year. It took over a year for me to figure out, and from when I realized that shit was to actually leaving, it was a long time. There was this shit going on in there, trying to come to the right conclusion, researching, you know, am I jumping to conclusions? Am I, am I making it? You know, I don't want to be operati. Am I doing it? You know, it was a lot. It was a lot. And I know that for everybody, everybody goes through that in their own way, in a similar, depending on what your trauma is, depending on what your abuse is, you know, and I can't imagine what people like Rupa Manjari or Sri Ram, who go through something so traumatic as that, and then they're just like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. It's not, you know, Prabhupada was that to me is the worst. That is so sad to me, because it just seems like that person is just they're just gone. They're just gone. Prabhupada has fucked their head up. Vedic civilization roughly started around 25,000 years ago. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think around 3,000. I think Vedic civilization is right around the Egyptian. I think it's like on par with Egypt, somewhere around there, isn't it? I get it, Mike, and I know the ones like Ileana and Rafael get it too. I think everybody gets it. I think everybody knows. Everybody knows that you don't leave without trauma. You don't leave. There's exit costs, and sometimes the exit costs are small, and sometimes they're big. In my case, it was big, man. I went through a lot with these guys, with these Ritviks, threatening me and trying to intimidate me. You know, there was a period of time. I would imagine that probably that period of time where they were trying to intimidate me and threatening me. It wasn't like one day. It was, you know, it was sending emails and then replying and then talking to this guy, and it was a period of time. So you put all that stuff together. It was probably about a year, maybe longer. It's not an easy thing to do. It's just not. And we like to joke around. I like to joke around. Just walk away. Because at some point you do. You have to walk away. I'm just saying it's not easy. I'm just saying it's not easy.
Just walk away. There has been too much violence, too much pain. Just walk away, and there will be an end to the horror. Just walk away.
You know, we're talking about this pedo cult. We're talking about child marriage, pedophilia, gurus molesting little kids. We're talking about women being mistreated and domestic abuse, with saying that women have small brains and women like to be raped, don't trust a woman, all of these type of things that we're talking about. And then you come in and you go, does Krishna forgive? As if Krishna is real. So I don't know. Like you want to. This is a good example, everybody. This is a good example of that you want to talk about something that you want to debate. You know, they want to talk about, they want to debate whether Krishna forgives, or is Krishna's God, or so many things. They don't want to, can you stick to the idea that you guys are a bunch of super white Hindus that are preaching pedophilia and child marriage and sexism and racism, and Hitler was a gentleman, and Prabhupada denying the Holocaust? Do we want to get into Prabhupada denying the Holocaust? Do you agree with Prabhupada that Hitler was a gentleman, a good guy? We want to go there? Dude, you were never in timeout. I just can't get to everybody's comments, you know. I didn't know that he joined Narayan. I didn't know that he joined Narayan. But you know, that's just, you know, it's just more of the same. It's really sad. It's really sad because now his kids are going to have to deal with their trauma. That's what I'm saying. It's generational. Now his kids got to deal with it. His kids, his grandkids got to deal with it. It's just sad, you know. Ghost Goblin doesn't know if he's leaving or he's staying. Ghost Goblin keeps telling me he's leaving, and then I don't know. You guys have a problem with it. It's yeah. Okay. So let me get back to the video. I want to get caught up because I don't want any trolls to accuse me of ignoring them. And I like that you guys are chatting and commenting. It's great. I love it. But I don't want to miss any trolls, and I don't want them to accuse me. It looks like white devotees have left ISKCON in numbers. Most of the temples in the UK are very much Indian folk. Yeah, well, it's Indians joining a white pedophile cult, a white Hindu cult, because it's a white. I mean, they don't. They're sucked in to the ISKCON cult mainly because they don't know, and I'm here to tell them too. All of you Indians out there that don't know, ISKCON is a cult. Okay, ISKCON's a cult. It's a white super Hindu cult. And all you Indians that are joining, all you Indian Hindus that are joining ISKCON, all you're doing is you're just legitimizing their pedophile cult. You're legitimizing their bullshit. Shame on you. Shame on every one of you for legitimizing this friggin' super white Hindu cult. I can't emphasize that enough. Okay, so we did the book changes, and then what do we got? So here's another one of these super white Hindus. Yeah, Indian devotees are leaving too. Yeah, I mean everybody's coming and going, but they do tend to target the Indian communities, and anybody really. I mean seriously, anybody. But it's a white super Hindu cult. And here's another one, and this makes my point because I see these every friggin' day. These guys.
Yeah, that experience and that time for you.
Yeah, so it was interesting. At 16, I was a different person than I.
So there you can see the little Prabhupada. You can see the little Prabhupada on the desk there, the little statue of Prabhupada. And I remember when those were made. I think Jitaratri made those, and he was selling them. I remember those little Prabhupada statues there.
I am now. Definitely, I was trying to find myself as just an individual.
Were you born in 1984?
Yes.
Look at the shirt.
Oh yeah,
Oh, look at that.
George Orwell.
Yeah.
Superman. No, 1984.
Rock and roll. Yeah, May of 84.
So these guys want to be white super Hindus, and they want to make Krishna consciousness cool, and bring it through these podcasts. And you can see their little Prabhupada statue there. Like I said, here you can see it right there, the little Prabhupada statue there. Excuse me. I remember when Jitaratri made those, and because Jitterati's in at the time he was based in Hong Kong or somewhere in China in Hong Kong, and he would have things made because he'd make things cheap there, and he would make all these little Prabhupada murtis, little Prabhupada statues like that, all kinds of little doodads, so that he could make money selling to devotees. Because who's going to buy that? Who's going to buy a little Prabhupada statue like that? Who's going to buy that little Prabhupada statue other than a devotee? It's crazy. It's crazy. So then let's see. I don't want to miss. I think the whites have not got the early indoctrination. Yeah, well, everybody can get indoctrinated. Everybody's susceptible. Exit costs. I didn't see my daughter for 365 days or even hear her voice. Oh, because when you left, she didn't want to talk. Yeah, well, what is this? Lee Matherson, fancy talking to me in that way. I don't know. You think you deserve to be talked in a certain way? You think you deserve something from somebody? That little stinky foot in the door, statue there, book there, George Harrison song, Step by Step, you're initiated by an ISKCON guru. Yeah, it's evil. It's sinister. I mean, seriously. Oh, Mike, is this a little... No, that's like having a little Hitler statue there. You wouldn't have a little Hitler statue there, would you? If you did, people go, why you got a little Hitler statue there? Yeah, I am too, man. It's really... I had no idea you had that exit cost, but yeah, that's what it... No respect, some people. Why should anybody respect you? That's what I want to know. You tell us who your guru is yet? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you went through that. I had no idea. I had no idea that you had. I know when my daughter told me she didn't want to do it anymore. I kind of flipped out. I didn't shun her or anything, but I know I gave her a talk and I was like, I'm really disappointed, and this and that, and I think back on it and I think, man, I was freaking out. But I didn't say I don't want to talk to you and I'm not your dad anymore. I didn't do anything like that. But I did let her know I was disappointed. I was really disappointed. Because I enjoyed. Again, it was me, right? It was my enjoyment. I really enjoyed having her with me when we went to the temple and when we did stuff. So it was kind of it was kind of a selfish reason, but I liked I liked that we'd go to the Sunday feast and we, Rath Yatra and whatever, I'm glad I came to my senses, though. I'm really glad that I came to my senses. Yeah, criminal organization teaching crimes. I know. It's Gary's is a Russian troll. Yeah, probably. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, that's what these people do. I mean, if you're gonna spend your time doing this kind of thing, I'm telling you, this is really psychotic. I mean, to someone who's been a victim, to put this much effort and energy into shaming and blaming and defending your pedophile cult with all of this, to me that's mental illness. That's crazy. That's why I'm saying all these people are the same. All these people are the same. Gaura Hari, Hridayananda, Lil Dicky Slavin, Bhakti Vikash. What's the difference, really? Seriously, Gaura Hari, what is the difference? You know, they're all psychopathic and psychotic. That's what Prabhupada's books do to people. I mean, can we come to any other conclusion? Can we come? It's like getting a bunch of books from the Taliban and reading all the Taliban's books. I mean, what do you expect? What do you expect to happen? You get a bunch of Taliban books. Go move into their Taliban compound for 30 days and see what happens. You're going to come out with a beard and a turban and a machine gun. You're going to be like, I mean, what else? The insanity. It's the insanity. Delusions on steroids. Exactly. That's exactly, man. Okay, I got another nut. Let me see. Where's the next nut? Okay, so here's another nut. If you don't know who this is. Yeah, there's Russians by the thousands in Vrindavan, Mayapur. They're here too. They're here in Thailand too. They're here in Thailand too. They don't want to go to war. They don't want to go to war. Yeah, they teach detachment. They teach detachment, and then they want to talk about love. They want to talk about love. They want to talk about love and relationships. They have all these seminars about marriage and love and how to have a relationship and this kind of, because they're teaching detachment. They're teaching don't get attached to anybody. And then everybody's like, oh, I don't want to get attached. And then they can't have a relationship with anybody because it's all temporary and this and that and the body and all that. And then they're fucked up in the head. There's nothing about this cult that it makes your life better. There's nothing. Nothing. The love that never ends. It ain't love. It's your fucking fantasy. It's a goddamn fantasy world that you live in. There's nothing loving about ISKCON. There's nothing loving about it.
Bhakti is eternal because it's the eternal bond of love between the Absolute Himself and all souls.
But you say it like it's a fact. What do you another super white Hindu? Another super white Hindu.
And knowledge of Bhakti is handed down from Shri Krishna through teachers throughout the ages.
You want me to believe that? How do you know? How do you know, Pranada? How do you know? Because Satsvarup told you? Because you met Prabhupada when you were 19 and you haven't grown up yet? You met Prabhupada when you were 19 years old and you still believe the same crap that he told you when you were 19?
Therefore, since Bhakti is eternal, we can't speak of who the...
There they are with that therefore again. They connect two, they say one thing that's unfounded and not real, and then say, therefore, some other unfounded, unreal thing. It's ridiculous, and it just all is part of the manipulation and the brainwashing.
Founders of the Bhakti tradition are. But there are currently 5 Bhakti schools, and each of them has a primary acharya or teacher. These schools are technically known as Vaishnavism or Bhakti Vedanta schools. All of them are monotheistic, and they agree on these foundational.
So I'm supposed to believe this woman just because she's a super white Hindu? I'm supposed to believe her? Because she got some beads around her neck and she met Prabhupada when she was 19? I mean, seriously, I'm being 100% serious with this white Hindu crap. Who made her super Hindu?
Premises. First, there is a supreme person who is without equal. The supreme person has unlimited energies.
That's a good point. You know, that's a good point. She looks miserable. She doesn't look happy. She definitely doesn't look like she's in transcendental bliss. Absolutely, that's the one. That's the one. That's her. That's her. So she knows it's a scam. Satsvarup knows it's a scam. They know it's a bunch of bullshit. She knows it's a bunch of bullshit. But what is she gonna do? She's 75 years old. She got nothing else to do. She gonna keep on with this scam. Now we're closer than it. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that. You know, a happy ending is always good to hear. That a traumatic story and so much abuse or whatever can end happily. That you connected and you're closer than ever. That is. It's absolutely wonderful because there are so many parents out there and so many children out there that didn't get that didn't have that. And I talked to so many older Prabhupada disciples that told me, yeah, I joined when I was 19, 20, and my parents kicked me out of the house, and I've never seen them again. I was 19, I left. They said, fuck you. I said, fuck you, and that was it. And I went, and I became a Hare Krishna, and now here I am. 50 years later, I was like, what? Like, how do you, how? Now, I can understand some parents are like really freaked, like, but I don't know. I was pretty close with my mother, and if my mother had sat me down and was like, I really don't like that you're doing this stuff with the Hare Krishna and everything, it's really upsetting me, I would take that into consideration. I wouldn't have said, fuck you, I'm leaving. Because you got to be brainwashed. You got to be brainwashed to just like Paz's brother. You don't consider anything. You put your kids in a school, you put your kids in a Gurukula school, and you don't even consider if they're going to be saved, who the teacher, the principal, what are they learning, when are they coming home? No, he's like, I put my kids in a school and I can go play Hare Krishna. Oh boy, this is great. This is fucking insanity. Yeah, we're all sorry that you had to go through that, and glad that you and your daughter reconnected. Absolutely, man. That's a great story. Yeah, 75 years old, still scamming. Still scamming. Hey, I'm not done yet. I got a few more scams left in me. I got a few more scams. Like that Radharani at the LA Temple. She's still out there at the Hollywood Bowl selling her bracelets and what are little tiny books, 50 cents or whatever. What else is she going to do? What else is a poor woman going to do? I'm telling you, man, this is sad. It's sad. We come in here and we joke and we laugh, and I have these goofy things and watch these videos and but seriously, it is sad. And we're not going to sit here and just cry all night. No, I'm not going to sit here and cry all night. But it is sad. When you get down to it and you look at this woman and you go, she's been doing this. She's been doing this for 60 years, 59, whatever, 59 something years. She's been doing this. She's still telling the same stories, preaching the same nonsense she was preaching 50 fucking years ago. The same shit about the Supreme and the innumerable Atmas and the Spirit, and they're the same nature of the Supreme Person, but they're infinite, and they're finite, and therefore they're not equal. It's the same bullshit. She's been repeating this crap for 50 fucking years to whoever she can tell it to. Whoever she can fucking talk their ear off. She's been telling them the same crap. Satsvarup exploited her. Satsvarup exploited her. She's a victim because now she'll forever be known as she's the one that brought him down. She's the one. She's this one. She's the one. Look, I'm exploiting her right now. She's the one. Does she look happy? Does she look happy about it? I thought it was, the love that never ends and the bliss and transcendental bliss. That doesn't look like transcendental bliss to me. I'm sorry. That don't look like no transcendental bliss. That looks like foot fungus smoothie to me. That's what you get when you've been drinking a lifetime of foot fungus smoothies, man. They can go on to destroy more people's lives and not feel guilty. It doesn't feel guilty at all. Nothing. They like it. When they hear about somebody joining, they're excited and happy. We've ruined another person's life. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Snoggle is brave and a real mother. Did what she had to do. Man, it's absolutely. Stay strong. Who's this? Who's this guy? Oh, I thought I had a troll, but I misread it. A scammer hub. A scam. A scam hub. A scam hub. Oh man. Okay, so that's Pranad. Pranada. She's a victim. I mean, seriously, she's a victim. What can you say? And then we had that guy. Okay, let me go into the mailbag. You go into the mailbag and pull out a few more videos, just because we can, and start down here. The trolls are quiet now. The trolls are quiet now because it got serious. It got serious, They think that they're gonna come in and they're gonna start. I don't know what they think, but I know what if I was a Hare Krishna and some guy was doing live streams and he was I would be like, hey, I'm gonna go in there, and if I heard him talking about all this shit, I would be like, let me just, seriously, that's exactly. What do we got here? What is this? This was another email sent by Rafael. Wait, what is this one? Okay. Oh no. So this is the little girl. They just keep pushing this little girl. I think it's. I don't know. I think it's. Well, it's culty. It's culty, but it's sinister to have this little girl preaching to other little kids. I mean, she's preaching to little kids. I mean, what adult needs to watch this little girl preaching? Doing these things. I mean, this is for little kids. Little kids and pedophiles. I mean, maybe there's some adult men that are like, ooh, I want to watch this little Ananga Manjari, whatever. I think that's. I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are, but
meditate deeply on Krishna. Krishna understood his devotee's heart and started crying loud.
And So, okay, so, and on top of that, on top of the fact, first of all, my head is spinning with so many things. To see, it's sad to see little small girls being used to make a video to preach ISKCON propaganda. Yes, because they are so abusive to little girls and women. The fact that they are abusive to women, little girls, they don't protect them. They don't protect these little girls. And you got this little girl preaching to other little girls. That's what it's for. It's to get little girls into this cult. Why? Why you need to do this? What do you need to do this for?
Send the gopis to bring the yogi back. When Lord Shiva returned, Sri Krishna saw her.
They think it's cute. They think it's fun. They think it's nice. They think it's what, I think it's disgusting. The history of this cult, the nerve of this cult, to just be like, yeah, we abuse our kids, but who cares? Watch our little girls preach our disgusting philosophy about women have small brains and like to be raped, and really just grooming these kids. And this girl is being exploited. This little girl's being exploited. It's sad. It's disgusting. It's sad and disgusting. I can't get over it. I don't even want to watch anymore. I don't want to watch a little unknown. Okay, so here's something I wanted to talk about, and I didn't bring it. I meant to bring this up when we were talking about this guy. When we were talking about this guy. And I wanted to bring up this on this ISKCON page, and ISKCON again. They got okay. At least they're putting this up. Okay. So here it says, and this is from 2010. Again, I think that Rafael sent me this. It says, "New Guru Kuli memoir of abuse, a powerful reminder for further vigilance." Yeah, a reminder of how fucked up you people were, how fucked up you people are, and how fucked up people you were. So it says a new book self-published this March. This was 2010. By a former Gurukula student, Daniel Lutz, entitled "My Karma, My Fault." Now, I don't know if he's being sarcastic in that, if he's being if philosophical in that. I don't know why he would entitle a book about his abuse called "My Karma, My Fault." But hey, that's what he titled his book. It says, tells a sobering tale of neglect and abuse suffered in ISKCON boarding schools from 1983 to 1994. And let me just tell you this, it hasn't stopped. Okay, they want to, according to this, you go, well, the abuse ended in 1994. No, it did not end in 1994. It is still going on. And despite the 16 years that have passed since his experiences and ISKCON's proactivity during those years in developing strong child protective systems, no, they haven't done shit. It says they still serve as a powerful reminder of the need for continued vigilance across our international society to protect our most innocent members, our children. Yes, it is a powerful reminder because you guys don't care about your kids. It says, born in Germany, 1979, just as his parents were developing an interest in ISKCON, Daniel spent much of his early childhood moving around Europe constantly, living in a new temple almost every 3.5 months. Oh, that's good. That's a good way to bring up a kid. In 1984, Daniel, then known as Devavrata Das, moved to Sweden, where he and his family settled into the Hare Krishna community at Almsviksgård. There, at the age of 5 years old, he was enrolled in his first Gurukula. Oh my goodness. And then, traditionally, Gurukula is a revered spiritual education system, yet without realizing it, Daniel's parents had placed him in the care of an abusive teacher. The boy was sexually and physically assaulted regularly over the next 3 years. Yeah, so they want to blame it on the teacher. They want to blame it on the teacher, not the institution. you know, it's just another example. And so it says, okay, so he was placed in the care of an abusive teacher. He was he was, and the boy was sexually and physically assaulted regularly over the next 3 years. So then it says, in 1990, Daniel traveled to India for the first time, where he was enrolled in the Gurukula boarding school in Mayapur. There he was again subjected to sexual and physical abuse, this time at the hands of older students. In 1994, at the age of 14, Daniel moved back home again. He tried going to public school but couldn't relate to his classmates or understand the topics. He stopped school, stopped doing much of anything at all. He just needed time to be. He needed therapy. He didn't need time to be. He needed therapy, man. The kid was abused from when he was 5 years old. He was being physically, sexually abused at 5 years old. Then they put him in another school in India where he's subjected to more sexual and physical abuse. Like, what the fuck is going on? He says, I had no proper education, no profession, no tools to enter the normal world, he says. It's extremely difficult to have an afterlife when you've been seriously traumatized. It's very difficult to find your place in a world you perceive as having betrayed you since early childhood. It takes a long time, a lot of work to begin to re-inhabit your body, mind, and senses, or to form any new relationships. And he goes on and on. He goes on and on about, I mean, and I'm not trying to say, you know, I don't mean it like, you know, he goes on and on and on. No. He tells his story is what I'm saying. He tells his story. What's going on? It's friggin' insane. Almixgard, Sweden, first Gurukul in Scandinavia, run by Hare Krishna followers. They're fucking brainwashed fucking freaks. They put Hare Krishna in charge. They put these people in charge. This fucking Prabhupada put these people in charge. Like they know, like he knew what he was doing. Like they know what they were doing. They had no business doing any of this bullshit. And now here's another kid. Devam Ratadas ends up writing a book entitled My Karma, My Fault. So it says, slowly, however, Daniel found a kind of normalcy, a structure he felt he could live his life by. He got his foot in the door, and today he works at a major truck manufacturing company. He also has his own photography website. He says, my life did turn out well in the end, he says. By 2008, Daniel was ready to look back. He decided to write his memoir, My Karma, My Fault, in which he would describe his traumatic past unflinchingly, even naming those who had wronged him. He wanted to see if he could confront his past, to see if he could write down the horrible things that happened to him and face them. So, you know, good for him for telling his story, right? And he wrote a whole book. Sweden, not sure. I know it was very cold and austere. Kids were there for a few months. I mean, you know, if they abused, I'm sure he was not the only one that got abused. I'm sure he was not the only one that got abused. I mean, they are all scam artists. That's all they learn in this culture. That's all they learn. It's all they learn is how to scam and not work a day's an honest job, or pick up a check. They don't know how to do that. They only do it when they fail. When they can't be a guru or can't be a whatever, then they go get a job. Friggin' insane. Friggin' insane. How to cosplay and pretend they believe the trash they preach. I know, it's evil. It's evil. Like the guy says, there's only two explanations. They're insane or they're evil. They're insane if they believe it, and they're evil if they don't believe it. That's it. That's it. Stockholm Syndrome. I wanted to stop. I just wanted to stop, man. I wanted to stop, and it's not stopping. Every day somebody's getting a book. Every day somebody's walking into a temple. Every day somebody's joining an ashram. Every day some little girl is getting abused. Some little boy is getting abused. Some little boy is being told this or that. Some little girl is being told she's going to get married. It's insane and evil. It is. It's insane and evil people. I can't emphasize it enough. And people are in it. And a lot of you Hare Krishnas are in it, and you're like, well, I'm having a good time. But no one's bothering me. I'm okay. No one's abusing me. Like that guy said. Well, if somebody abused me, what? So you don't care about all the other people? You don't care about Sridham? You don't care about this guy? You don't care about the women? You don't care about Snoggle? You don't care about my daughter? You don't care about me? You don't care about Dagmar? You don't care about any of that. Fuck it. Don't care. Sounds like most. It is insane. It is insane.
Is the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
I know. Bare minimum workout, high delusion, booze company. It's low effort, high reward. I'm gonna do anything. I just chant all day and tell my stories. I chant all day, tell my stories, convince myself this is real, cosplay, and just wait for tomorrow. Wait for tomorrow. It is an insane asylum. It is. It's a cuckoo's nest. It really is. It's a cuckoo's nest. The whole world got crazy.
Is the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
So, in honor of Knitting Cult Lady, I am gonna finish up with Knitting Cult Lady, and here it is. And it's not me. I'm not the one that made this comment. But here we go.
I gotta tell you, Mikey, I like it when men follow me, but as soon as I see comments like this, I move on. But I do want to stop and let you know that you should not exploit your own labor. You should not be giving away your time for free. So one of two things is happening right now. Either I found the hypocrite, or you're giving your time away for free and your work away for free, and you should not be doing that. One of the best ways we can protect ourselves against cults and coercive leaders who are always out for one thing: your labor, your time and your labor. Money, that's how we measure labor. One of the ways you can protect yourself, as I have outlined in my Cult Tactics book, that's a 38-page bibliography, is by protecting your labor. So I don't do work for free. Yeah, and this is my job. So you're going to see my book mentioned every single time. You can get signed copies attached here, or listen to me read it to you anywhere you get your audiobooks. I don't do this just because you're so cool, Mikey. I do this because it's my job. It's an amazing job that I have defined for myself, and I get to do wearing whatever I want and make a lot of money and help people. It is phenomenal, but it is my job. Okay, stop being a hypocrite. Love you.
So, right. Don't exploit your own labor. Don't every time you're going into the Sankirtan van and you're going out on Sankirtan, that's labor. You're doing a job. You're performing. You're performing out there on the boulevard on wherever they go out on Harinam. You're performing, and that's you're putting on a show. This is the LA devotees on Hollywood Boulevard. Let me see. Oops. So you can see that's the Hollywood Boulevard. The all the Hollywood stars. This over here, this person over here that's Vadiraj's wife. This is the woman I took a picture of her. She was in Vrindavan. I don't know this woman here. I remember this guy. That guy right here is Radharani, who goes to the Hollywood Bowl and sells bracelets. That's her ex-husband. They were married at one time. And then this guy, I don't remember his name. The guy with the drum, I don't remember his name. But I would have been there. I would have been right out there with them, performing, chanting, and selling books and doing all of that. I would have been right there with them doing it. In fact, that looks like that was taken around the time that I was, because I know I recognize all these people in there. For free, doing that for free, for like 2 or 3 hours out there. 2 or 3 hours out there, like $15 an hour, that's $45 minimum. Should have got paid $15. That's minimum wage. And then, selling books and doing all that, you could push it up $20 an hour, $20 an hour to go out there and do that. No, you're doing it for free. You guys are out there doing this shit for free. If somebody was promoting their book and they needed a bunch of people to go out on Hollywood Boulevard and sing and dance and draw a crowd so they could distribute their books or whatever, they would have to pay those people to do that. Each of these people making $45. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people in the photo making $50 each. They're exploiting their labor. They don't even realize it. They're like, we're going on Harinam, Sankirtan. It's fun for them. It's fun for them. They're doing it. They're willingly doing it. Exploiting their own labor. Like, I'll go do it. No one had to talk them into it. They just had to pull the van up in front of the temple and go like, honk the horn and go, hey, we're going. Come on, get in. And like, okay, I'll go. I'll go exploit my own labor and do something that people should be getting paid to do. I'll go do something that people actually get paid to do. I'll go do it for free. And not only are they getting paid to do it, but I'm making the temple money. These people, they sold a bunch of books and got donations and came back to the temple with a bunch of money. I didn't get any of it. Nobody got any of it. Fairy tale, fantasy, fake stories, fake books, fake everything. Fake everything except money, real money. And they want real money. I know, everything based on magical mystery. Everything's a magical mystery. So I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna let all you Hare Krishnas that are watching, because I know a bunch of you are watching. That's you. That's you getting exploited. That's you getting exploited for your labor. They got you out there doing this shit for free. It's telling you, gaslighting you, telling you you're gonna go back to Godhead, that you're on a spiritual path, 5,000 years, giving you the super white Hindu bullshit, making you believe that these white super white Hindu, that you need to worship them. It's such bullshit. It's such white supremacy, racist bullshit. And everybody around the world has got to worship our white gurus. And I know you're going to say, well, Mike, there's a lot of brown Hindu gurus. Yeah, they're in a white supremacist, white patriarchal, white male-dominated, sexist, racist cult. And those brown Hindus can be just as racist as those white super Hindus. Believe me. So nobody's, especially when you're reading this crap. Especially when you're reading this crap. You can become extra sexist, extra racist, extra everything. I mean, why not? It's spiritual advancement. The more racist and sexist and asshole you are, evidently that makes you advanced. You become advanced. You become like Gora Hari. You become like Gora Hoodie. You become Gora Hoodie. Gora Hoodie. So, everybody, I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to give you one last look to remind you that these white super Hindus are exploiting your labor. They got you brainwashed into doing this stuff. Going out there dressed up like super white Hindus. And you're going out there in your white Hindu outfit and collecting money for this pedophile cult. That's what you're really doing. That's what you're doing, everybody. So, I want to thank everybody for joining in today. Disgusting trash. I'm telling you. And yeah, the good rice, man. And Snoggle, thanks for sharing with us, man. Props to you. Stay strong. We're gonna do a Wheel of Idiot. We got to put some new people on there. We're gonna do a Wheel of Idiot. We're gonna do that next time. We're also gonna read. I want to read Krishna book. We're gonna do some Krishna book areas. So all you Hare Krishnas out there, you watch, like, share, and subscribe so you can know when I'm gonna read Krishna book, and you can come in and you can talk all your bullshit about Krishna book, because that's what I'm gonna do. That's my next thing I'm gonna do. And so everybody get ready for that. We're gonna do a whole Krishna book. We're gonna start reading Krishna book. So everybody, I want to thank Jeff and Ileana and Rafal and Snoggle and Tim and Howard Johnson and everybody, Fake Human and Ileana, my moderator, and Jenna Morton and Liam and Brandon. I'm glad to see you in here, Brandon. I will see you next time. And Bobby Brooks didn't want to tell us who his guru is. He got spooked. The other trolls, Gary and the other trolls, you're welcome to come back next time. Hey everybody, I want to thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. Everybody. And everybody have a great day, great night, great morning, great afternoon, great evening. Have some great luck. Everybody be safe out there. I know the world's going crazy. The world is going crazy. So everybody, be safe out there. And just for your amusement, here is me as a Hare Krishna a long time ago. Thanks, everybody. It's really great. Thank you so much.